Yeah. I got melanin. Oh yeah. I got melanin. We got melanin. Melanin.
Guys, hi guys, this is Yasmin. How you guys doing today? I was like, it's about time that I was recording another video. You know, I'm like tired, like shit. I really want to kind of today I want to talk about 5 positive and good things about being non-binary. You know, I see so many posts about people really complaining about all the negativities that people on the LGBT spectrum, specifically the trans spectrum, face. That I was like, oh, I don't want to do a video of the 5 worst things because there's 99,000 worst things about being a part of the LGBT community. So I really kind of wanted to focus on what are the 5 positive things about being non-binary. So I'm kind of doing this on the fly, but let's see what I can come up with. The first thing that I think is positive is that you really get to choose your name. Now, I have had like so many names. I went from Skylar, I went from Courtney, and now Yasmin. But I think the beauty is that you can choose a name that really kind of fits your identity. And it feels like so good. I think the typical cisgender person really doesn't have to, I guess they automatically get their name, so they don't have to think of one, but it doesn't always match their identity. Do you ever watch a movie with like a bitch named Bianca, or Tracy, you know, and a pretty girl named Belle, or Sasha? But so sometimes the names match, and you're like, wow, like why come I didn't have like a bitchy name to grow up with? But number one, I would say, is the fact that we get to choose our names. Number two, I would probably say what's really good about being non-binary is the fact that we can blur the fashion sense when we wear clothes. Now, I'm still in the beginning of my, I guess, gender queer / non-binary transition, so my style is still kind of being worked out. But one of the things that I love is the fact that I can kind of queer up my fashion, and that I can blur the lines of masculine and feminine when I desire. I think the first feminine thing that I ever bought was a pair of unicorn rainbow socks from the girls department. And it was so empowering because I was like, my first article of clothing from the traditional feminine section. But you know, I should say not regular, but cisgender men, for example, are so scared to do anything that's outside of the normal cis binary of what a man should wear. Even like pink shirts can cause them a lot of anxiety. To move this right along, I would say the third thing that's really good about being non-binary is the fact that what is some more things about being non-binary? Let me think. Probably that we get to medically transition, and we can kind of alter our bodies in a way that typical cisgender people can't. I mean, yes, cisgender women can get bigger boobs, but typically they don't get like bigger hips. Typically they don't get procedures that make their skin soft. I think a good thing about being non-binary is that we can really focus and tailor how we look. You know, of course you may need to have a lot of money, but it's still something that we can kind of think about. I don't really know any cisgender men that can grow a beard if they really wanted to. They can wear a fake one, but the beauty of someone who is trans masculine or masculine of center, they can medically transition and get a lot of the facial hair that they would really like to have. The fourth thing that I think is good about being non-binary is the fact that we're like the latest, hottest thing on the block. You know, as long as the LGBTQAI community continues to expand, you know, the new thing that comes out is the hottest thing on the block. And right now, we're riding the transgender wave, you know, the transgender tipping point. So non-binary / genderqueer people are kind of fresh on the stage now. I came out to my mother as non-binary, and she was like, what? And the closest thing she could get to representation was, oh, kind of like Prince. And I was like, yeah, Mom, kind of like Prince. So, hey, if people can come up with a kind of an idea and put a name to that, as more and more people come out as being gender non-conforming and non-binary and genderqueer and any other gender identities on the spectrum, we are reaching a tipping point where we're like becoming super visible, and so we're like the hottest thing on the block, and I really kind of like that. Number 5, the last thing about being non-binary that I consider to be positive. I think that we get to teach our lovers how to exactly treat us. And I mean that in the way that normally when cisgender people date, you know, they often fall within the regular societal gender roles, and sometimes they can be so suffocating, i.e. women who have to do a lot of the domestic work and clean and cook while their man comes home to a warm plate. A lot of women naturally fall into that role because they were socialized as children, and they feel a lot of internalized shame and guilt that they can't fulfill that role. You know, if you do sociologically stuff, it's called role strain, and I'm talking about cisgender women. But for non-binary people, I think that we can take the best and the worst, rather the worst parts of society's gender roles and incorporate it into our own. Like, for example, I like a man to hold the door for me, but I don't necessarily feel like I need to come home and cook him a meal. I'll be damned. I don't feel like I need to wash his clothes and shave his back and do all the other things that women, cis women, who are socialized to do. So part of being a part of the non-binary community is really tailor-making what makes you feel good. You know, we're queering up the gender spectrum, and that includes the gender roles. You know, we're learning that we don't have to be weighed down by role strain. So guys, I hope you liked this video. This is my second YouTube video, so I'm really getting the hang of it. I'm really super nervous, but I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching. Please comment and subscribe. Please also subscribe to my Twitter account, because I really want to build up my Twitter's numbers. It is Black Enby at Courtney VIP on Twitter. Send me any ideas if you want anything for about any videos. And I promise next time I'll look more dolled up. You know, it's late at night, honey. This hair is a mess. This room is a mess. But I really wanted to do this. I'm pushing myself to go ahead and reach out again to my community, to be very visible. So thank you guys. Goodbye.